Okay, hi, I'm Doug Ellis, one of the co-organizers of the Windy City Pulp and Paper Convention. This year will be our 13th year, and we will be at the West End Lombard, April 12th through 14th. We'll have 150 dealer tables, which is our largest dealer room that we've ever had. 3 football fields worth of Pulp's paperbacks, movie memorabilia, all things paper related for sale. We'll have an art show devoted to our themes this year, which is science fiction fantasy, as well as the 100th anniversary of Fu Manchu, the insidious doctor himself. We'll also have movie programming based on those genres. Lots of rare Fu Manchu films, lots of interesting and unusual SF, particularly some early stuff. And as always, our 2 auctions, Friday night and Saturday night. Friday night being from the estate of well-known science fiction collector, comic authority Jerry Wiest. This is material from his personal collection, and just a tremendous group of stuff, including several installments of Edgar Rice Burroughs' Under the Moons of Mars, from All Story, the first published story by Burroughs, lots of other rare pulps. So looking forward to a great show, and should be a fun time for all. We've got a website, which is www.windycitypulpandpaper.com. You can also go to Facebook and look us up on there. The auction photos are slowly going up online. There's going to be 205 lots, and right now we've got about 100 of the images posted. The others will be up in the course of the next probably week and a half or so, and then once all the images are up, we will be doing a catalog describing the lots. Right now, next to each lot and their photo, there's a description, so if you scroll through the items you can see everything, but there will be an actual catalog too. Well, certainly we've grown quite a bit. That first year I ran the show with Kat Jaster, who was our partner in the show for the first several years. And it was just a one-day show. We had it in a small hotel, and I can't really recall what the name of the hotel was, but a small hotel in Elgin. And I think we had 60 tables. After the show, we had a big party at the house for basically half the people who came to the show. We fit them in one house, yeah. Second year we expanded to a 2-day show, and then I think the third year we expanded to the 3-day, which is where we've been ever since. And then my current partner in the show, John Gunnison, came on board in 2005, and we ultimately moved to the we seemed like we were the curse of hotels for a while. Every hotel we would stay at went out of business for one reason or another, so we had to keep moving venues. It was sort of a joke that we'd gone through 6 shows. We've been at 5 different hotels or something. 2007, I think, was the first one we had at the West End Lombard, and so far we haven't caused them to close down, so that's good. And they've been a great venue for us. The staff there is very helpful, very friendly, and they by now know exactly what we need in terms of the show. So they're very good to work with, and for us the venue is really perfect. It's got one large room with the dealers, and then the film room, the art room, the auction preview room are all very close to each other, so it's not really any walking for folks to do. And there's a lot of food options by there. There's some shopping if folks want. If people come there with their families, they can come to the show while their spouse and kids go to Brookfield Zoo or some of the other area stuff. So it's a very good location for us, and it's worked out very well for us. Well, certainly it's more work than it used to be, but yeah, I mean, we obviously wouldn't do it if we weren't satisfied with doing it and satisfied with the results, and people have a good time, which is obviously the important thing. The pulp community is really not that large of a community when it comes down to it. It's not like comics. We're not getting 20,000 people there, but we are the largest show of its type. We draw about between 450 and 500 people, and it's sort of a family in the sense that people, most of the same people each year. There's always newcomers, of course. They're always welcome. a majority of the people come back year after year after year, so everybody gets to know everybody at some point. So it's like a sort of a big family reunion in some senses. You know, half the fun is not even just looking at the movies or looking at the art or looking through the material and buying stuff, but just resuming conversations that you had with people you know, a year ago on stuff. And it's the one venue where when you're talking about John Carter or Doc Savage or whatever, you know, everybody in the room knows what you're talking about, as opposed to looking at you like they've got no clue and what the heck are you talking about. And certainly we do bring new people in every year, and many of them stay and come back year after year. And I think the new pulp folks tie in a little bit to that too, where there's now a whole genre created around the old pulps, but going forward with new material and new ideas, and in some cases really directly derivative of the old pulps in terms of new adventures of old characters, but in other examples, new characters, but just sort of written in that vein. And that's become a fairly thriving industry. So certainly there's still interest in new stuff and new people coming in. Well, certainly it does that, as does, I should mention, the other large show of our type, which is Pulp Fest, held every summer in Columbus, Ohio. We got our exciting flyers here. We got one for the show, and then a flyer we created for the Jerry Wiest estate auction material. But again, the show will be April 12th through 14th at the Westin Lombard in Lombard, Illinois. It's right next to the Yorktown Center. You can see the building off of the road. It's about the tallest building around there. And we will hope to see you all at Windy City.